About now, the search for the Democratic vice presidential nominee is reportedly down to just two candidates.
Yeah, today Vice President Kamala Harris will be announcing her choice, again reportedly between Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and our own Governor Tim Walz. Bill Keller live in St. Paul, the governor's residence, with what Walz on the ticket could mean for Minnesota's future. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Rob and Alex. Yeah, in fact, the Harris campaign expected to make an official announcement sometime today. Of course, the big question is, when is that going to happen and who will be her running mate? Here's what we know. Reports say that the Harris campaign has narrowed it down between Walz and Josh Shapiro. Sources say that Harris has already notified the running mate, who has accepted the opportunity. We're also seeing some reports this morning that she may not have chosen and, in fact, was just taking the night to sleep on it. Walz was initially thought to have been a long shot at getting the nod. Now he is an apparent finalist, though, raising his national profile and some say potentially changing his political career.
Labor seems to love him. Individuals who are supportive of gun regulations seem to like him. I suspect he's in a very good position of going off to Washington if he wants, in terms of, let us say, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Education, Veterans Affairs.
Now, Senator Tina Smith weighed in yesterday on the potential of Walz getting picked as a running mate, but her assessment was a stark contrast from comments made by Congressman Tom Emmer at a Trump rally last week.
Tim Walz is a candidate who brings this just like great life experience, National Guard, a teacher, his executive experience as well as legislative experience.
If they do that, good for them. Tim's been trying to turn this state into Kamala Harris's failed California for the last 6 years. He has no business. He's an empty suit, shouldn't be in that office. We'll see how it goes, but if they pick him, it won't matter.
Well, here's what we know. Governor Walz spoke at a fundraiser for Kamala Harris in Minneapolis last night. Today, though, the governor's public schedule is wide open. If Harris does choose Walz and he goes on to win the general election, here's what it could mean for the state of Minnesota. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan would then become the governor, and the Senate President, Bobby Joe Champion, would then become the lieutenant governor. And both, by the way, would make history, with Flanagan becoming the first state's female and Native American governor, and Champion the first black lieutenant governor. Meanwhile, Harris is holding a rally tonight in Philadelphia, where we will ultimately by then know who her running mate is. They will be joined, and it'll be the beginning of a 7-state tour. But who that is right now, still being held very close to the vest. Plenty of bets being made about when that announcement will be made public. Rob and Alex, I can tell you, in just the last 10 minutes, we've seen a lot of activity, mostly plainclothes security details going in and out of the gates here at the governor's residence. We've seen at least 4 large SUVs and at least 3 black unmarked squad cars. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure the hub of activity right now. We'll find out today, sounds like.
All right. Thank you, Bill.